We love Wednesdays, don't we? We do love Wednesdays. And as we love Wednesdays, we always bring you the big interview. And today is actually quite interesting, I must say, because I've seen this man on TV and, you know, reading and getting to know that he's been on TV for more than 4 decades. I'm like, what? Really? Some of us are really babies. And of course, he's here with us this morning. So maybe I'll start with this. What do you know? Dana Faria,
yes, your ladyship.
How are you?
I'm fine, by God's grace.
It's good to have you here.
Good to see you.
Great. Now, for those who don't know him, or maybe he hasn't changed much, actually, I must say. But I want you to see what he's been doing and how he's impacted lives through What Do You Know?
When we come to you again with questions from archaeology to zoology on behalf of my producer, Francis X. Mensah, for you, George Sankra, Cynthia Foucault, Francis Tetrado, Samuel Nogo, Collins Mensah, Felix Dagbegade, Stephen Afwakwa, Victoria, the Greg Mengo, Samuel Sotofia, Gifty Broom, Spencer Ivo, Nana Wahine Champon, Chief of the Kwawu community of Tamara and Accra, Mr. Yao Mensah of Liberty Court Hotel, Tudu in Accra, and Mr. Okan of the Blood Bank in Kolibu. This has been your Quizmaster. Dana Ferrier, we're asking you here, and those there, it is what?
Wow. How long does it take to practice the way you speak? I mean, how you mention their names.
You mean?
The speed.
To practice?
Yeah, do you practice?
I don't practice.
It comes just like that?
It comes naturally. There's no practice in this. You don't have to rehearse.
So it's like...
No oh, that is it. I mean, it comes automatically.
Wow.
Yes. So I have not actually sat down to practice or to rehearse how to round up my program and so on. It comes. You know, at the end of the program, the Quizmaster signs off by indicating that, you know, first, you know, I confer the benediction.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord let his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon all of you and grant you peace and so on. On this note, then I rattle out the names on the piece of paper before me and then round up. And that was it. That is it.
Wow.
Yes. So no practice, no rehearsal goes into this.
Wow.
Yes.
Your style has been so phenomenal, and I know there are so many people that were trying to be like you, but I don't know if anybody accomplished that yet. But let's talk about how it all started for you. As a lawyer, did you think you find yourself in this field?
Honestly speaking, of course, after I had been called to the bar, the determination was to practice as a lawyer, and that was it. But at the same time, I received appointment as a teaching assistant at the Faculty of Law and the School of Administration. But I taught under lecturers like the late Professor Mills, who was our president, and Mr. Chachuchi Kata. Now, so whilst teaching under Professor Mills at the School of Administration, I met my producer, Daniel Mensah Brand. Yes. And so he called me and indicated that he thought I would be a suitable material for the conduct of What Do You Know. I didn't even know. No, of course I knew what you know was.
Yes.
But he said that I was a suitable material. And so he just simply invited me. And I went over. And at the time, the traditional sanctum was the art center.
Okay.
That is where it was being conducted. So he took me there. And then, you know, on the first occasion, the questions were put before me very quickly. And I did the work. You were live on TV from day one? No, in fact, the enterprise commenced at the Art Center. It was a strictly radio enterprise. I was subsequently transferred to television. Right. Somewhere, I think in 2002. That is when it was transferred. So, no, from the beginning, from the commencement of the whole business, it was a radio affair. Right, right. Which came from the Arts Center. So at 12:15, the person who is in charge at GBC would indicate the time. The time is 11:15. And then my producer who sat beside me at the Art Center would indicate that. And from the Art Center, Accra, it is, What Do You Know? Right. And then, you know, that's how the thing starts and so on. Wow. That's it. So, first day, did you have cold feet? Oh, I don't think so. No, certainly not. Really? No. I straight away gathered the requisite momentum and pursue the exercise.
Wow.
It was strange. It was
No feet, no nerves.
nothing.
It was just, you knew what you were about.
I had the courage by God's grace and pursued it.
Well,
especially, you see, especially when he told me that this is the work we were going to do. And I had heard other, what do you call them? Quiz masters, conduct. Oh yes, right. I'd heard them before, so on. And so I knew how the thing was conducted.
Did you have interest in quizzes as a young person?
In fact, I think somewhere, in secondary school, I normally was invited. I think that was also an encouraging factor.
Okay.
Because they would invite me to sit in the chair as quizmaster and conduct proceedings. And so maybe I would say that the character of being a quizmaster emanated, from my school days at Infantsman. So sometimes they invite me. You sit in the chair as quizmaster and ask questions and all that, and so. But not as professional as I'm doing now.
Right. And for 4 decades, of course, you've seen a lot of challenges and you've been able to overcome it. What has kept you going?
Oh, by God's grace, in fact, they have not been easy. There are so many things that we cannot recount here. It has not been easy, financial factors and so on and so forth, of course. But it's a sacrifice. It's my contribution to the national effort. And that is why, the spirit keeps on working. But there's serious challenges, But I have decided, that, whatever the challenges are, I would still keep my momentum and pursue the program with the usual alacrity.
I think at a point in time, you did grant an interview where you spoke about sponsors not even being on board.
Oh, la.
How do you manage to survive if there are no sponsors on board?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the crucible of the challenge.
Yeah.
It is the crucible of the challenge, There are no sponsors. In fact, we used to have sponsors. At the commencement of the program, when I started, conducting the program in the chair as quizmaster, we had this cigarette company. What do you call them?
Embassy?
No, there's a cigarette company. They were it's an old Pioneer Tobacco Company.
Pioneer,
PTC. Okay. They were in charge. In fact, they sponsored the program for a very long time, and then they disappeared. They left the scene.
Okay.
But after that, I think that we've had a dearth, absolute dearth of sponsorship. And so, apart from, on one occasion, Reed White coming on board to support us, we have not had, honestly, any sponsors. And nobody has made any effort to organize sponsors, even though the program is held in high esteem, by all and sundry. But we still face this calamitous difficulty, The sponsors do not come.
Who owns the show?
Well, I would say it is GBC, GBC is in charge. In fact, the whole show, in fact, started with, there is this personality, I don't think he is available now. He started the program, but it came from GBC.
Okay.
He was working inside GBC, and he mooted the idea that there should be a quiz program, to be conducted on a national basis. And so he started it and handed over to my producer, Dana Mensa Brand, who then invited me to organize and chair proceedings, as quizmaster. But basically is owned by GBC. So
after 4 decades, you haven't tried to own it? Because if there are no sponsors and you've been doing it almost free.
In fact, that is a plausible question. And I'm impressed by the sanctity of the question. Because honestly, this is the question people ask all the time. That you are the face of what you know. You conducted the program for close to 4 decades. Why are you not in charge? I think one of the factors is that, you see, I do this on the side. My full work, full engagement is practice as a lawyer at the bar. I understand? And so the concentration is on the practice, even though admirably I conduct the program too. But I think that I have concentrated so much on my practice as a private legal practitioner. And that is why maybe I have not endeavored to go and take this thing. But I think that the thing you're putting forward, many people ask this question, and I think that it would facilitate my desire now to see how we can go and take it.
Yes. I think it will be good.
with your support, with your
Yes.
support of, personalities like you,
Yeah.
we could go and take. In fact, just about, I think yesterday, we're having a discussion on the same subject. Why are you not in charge of what you know? Having conducted this program for 4 decades and so on, and the program. But you see, again, it constitutes the flagship program of GBC, and sometimes we would want GBC,
to own it.
to own it a little bit. But I think that in the fullness of time, which would soon arrive, we must, take hold of the program.
Exactly. Now, as you're a practicing lawyer, do you make any money from what do you know? Does GBC pay you?
That is the question, multi-million-dollar question. Who pays the quizmaster? Of course, I must say that the payments are derisory. They're not huge at all. They are not so satisfactory. But you see, GBC is also being sponsored by government and so on. And sometimes they will explain to you that, you see, they are not self-sustainable unless they have governmental support and all that. You see, so I think that there is some kind of financial difficulty that confronts GBC, honestly speaking. And I do not want to be a problem on this, meager financial resource. So the money, I must say, is not encouraging, but we are contributing our quota.
Oh, so you're doing it because you are contributing your quota?
It's a quota to the national effort for people to recognize, what contribution Aferiabo has made, in the development of the nation. So we conducted this program practically without any money. No money was being paid, no serious money. The apparel that, we are clad in are not supplied by GBC or by any special sponsor. We do it from our own private resources, So in the fullness of time, I think that people should be talking about this, that this is the kind of work we did to support the nation.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, who sets the questions, though? Very difficult questions.
Oh, yes. No, very difficult questions, and there are multiple questions, and we have so many competitions. Competitions would start from, preliminary stages, enter into quarterfinal, and then to semi-final, and to, final, and so there's many questions, a legion of questions. And so my producer, participates, in the setting of questions, to lessen the burden a little bit, because I have engagements in practice and so on, and sometimes it becomes very difficult to find suitable time, to sit down and cobble, questions and so on. So the producer sets some of the questions. But when it comes to the serious stages, semi-final and final, in fact, as far as the final is concerned, I solely am the person who sets the questions.
Oh, wow.
Nobody, because, I set the question alone for finals, you understand, and for certain portions of the semi-finals and things like that. So, and then where it is necessary, I set my questions.
You set your questions.
I set my questions.
When people get to know this, some people will try to come see you behind the scenes to give you money for you to give them the questions. Has it ever happened?
That is the thing. They know the capacity, the reputation, the durability of the quizmaster in terms of integrity, and they dare not.
So nobody has ever approached you?
Nobody has approached me, honestly speaking. Nobody has approached me, and because they know the manner in which I conduct myself and the manner in which I conduct the program. So I must confess, nobody in my whole life as quizmaster, nobody has made the approach, to see me, and do any hand-to-hand deals, get questions transferred to him so that he comes to sit before the quizmaster and answer the question. Now, because they know, in fact, that would have diminished the spirit and the enthusiasm with which we conduct the program. You understand? Because if you have given questions, to a contestant who is sitting before you, you'll be reproached by your own conscience. You'll be reproached that what you're doing is not fair. The person sitting in front of you has the questions you gave him. So it would crumble to dust, the kind of enthusiasm, the flair, that you would conduct the program, with which you would conduct the program, you understand? If the person performed excellently, the praise, how are you going to confer the praise?
Right.
You know what you have done. So to God be the glory. By God's grace, and people know me in this country as somebody who is not into such shambolic, engagements and so on. And so never have I, and it is not possible to see the quiz master for any question. That is why the quiz program has survived
over the years.
Close to 50 years.
Yeah.
Over 50 years.
Wow.
Yes. The sanctity, the serenity, the sincerity of the program is what has sustained the program up to the stage. And we're gratified by this. We're happy.
That's great.
We're happy.
Dan Afari Yeboah, Esquire.
Esquire.
What cases do you handle?
We, in Ghana, it is a dangerous pursuit, to concentrate on a certain caliber of cases, So we do all manner of cases, you understand? Cases in criminal law, cases in civil law, particularly in the area of civil law, anyway. Right. You understand? Contract, equity, and all the manner of, all the areas, in civil law, you understand? So I would not say I have specialized, but by God's grace, I'm an all-rounder in any manner of law or legal problem that is brought before me.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
all manner. Yes. Conveyancing, contracts, whatever, all the subjects, inheritance, anything I can think of, company, corporate practice.
You've never lost a case?
That's a very good question. It's a very sensitive matter to talk about now. It's very delicate because, you see, I have made a policy, I have a tradition of choosing cases which would meet the requirements of the law.
Okay.
And which would pass the test of the law. So that when the client comes to consult you and you take his instructions, you weigh it against the law, you should be able to determine that this case would not survive in court.
Okay.
So I have this policy of taking cases which would certainly, pass the test, the legal test, when it arrives in the judicial forum.
Okay.
You understand? So, but you see, on a few occasions, you would find a few things happening, where a judgment could be given which may not sound palatable, and then definitely you'll be compelled to file, an appeal against it and so on. But apart from that, I think that by God's grace, we've succeeded in a large number of cases that we have handled.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, we look at your plate and your plate seems full. Moderator, lawyer, how's your day like? What time do you wake up? What time do you go to bed?
It's a very busy schedule, I'm a moderator, you're supposed to be a lawyer, you conduct what do you know, and so on and so forth. People invite you here, as you're even doing now.
Yeah.
Because I have another engagement somewhere. Oh, wow. I'm supposed to be moving there, but I found that this was also a very important forum.
Thank you so much.
Kuchuchu, for example, is well known to me, and is a very mighty friend. And so when Joy FM extends an invitation, we must honor it. So the day, the routine is Herculean. It's hectic, Get up very early in the morning, and then you have to rush to court. The court schedule, it's at 8:30, 9 o'clock. You must be in the courtroom, otherwise your case is struck out. And after you've accomplished that, then you have another meeting somewhere. You have an interview. People want to see you, or you're conducting another quiz program. You understand? Apart from making people, so sometimes, it's not easy. And that is why, for example, on Sundays, if I do not set the questions and my producer sets, I do not even see the questions.
All right.
Yes, especially for the preliminary, quarterfinal stages and so on. I do not even set eyes on it because of the schedules.
So what time do you wake up in the morning?
Oh, I think that normally around 5:30 in the morning.
5:30? And what time do you go to bed?
Yes, I go to bed early. By 9 o'clock, I should be off.
Okay.
By
all
9
right.
o'clock.
Yeah.
9 o'clock.
So you can rest a little bit.
Have a little rest, and then, but you see, the point is, it depends on what is before you. Because if, for example, you have a research work to pursue, and to produce results the following day in court, you don't just go to bed. You have to sit down, read, put things together. For example, if you're supposed to be writing an address you should sit down, work, burn the midnight oil, you know.
Wow.
You know, so that would get you to
Lawyer, moderator, quiz master, which is your favorite?
Lawyer, moderator, quiz master. It's very difficult to choose, but you know, I must say that definitely all of them are palatable engagements. I like all of them. It will be difficult for me to separate them, put them into different categories. I'm a lawyer first, and quizmaster and moderator on the side. But in all, I must confess, I have a strong admiration and respect for all these engagements.
Wow. So let's talk about the family that you came from.
Yeah.
Are you from a rich background, a middle class, a poor background? Which is which?
Balanced.
Balanced.
A balanced background. You understand? I would not say that I lived, you know, I was, how do you call it? Spoon-fed. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and so on. No. My parents were reasonably rich. Reasonably.
Okay.
Not excessively.
Okay.
You understand? We didn't have things in abundance, but they were moderate and comfortable. So I would not say that we had oodles of money in the house, in the home, no. But at the same time, it was a reasonable supply of, you know, of money and of essential commodities in the house that made us all comfortable. So I would put the thing as an issue in the balance. We're not excessively, you know, rich, but we lived by God's grace.
Oh, you went to good schools, I'm guessing.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
by God's grace, and that is why we entered there.
Were you top in your class as a young man?
Yeah, my mates maybe could be watching you out there and so on. Yes, that I was in infant school, and I think their history was, history, for example, was one of the subjects in which I dominated. I had domination and topped and so on. So, but of course, we did our best. Yeah, you understand? It is not for me, you know, to talk too much about academic excellence and so on. My mates out there,
Yeah.
and my school, you know, friends and so on.
Were you a prefect?
I was a prefect. I was a prefect. I was a house prefect.
Okay.
Yes. House prefect of Pickard Parker House.
Pick-a-packer house.
Pickard Parker.
Wow.
Yes, it was a very honorable, distinguished house in infant school, over which I presided as house prefect.
Prefect, right.
So I was prefect, yes.
So in France, after infant where did you further your education? You said Legon?
Legon, University of Ghana,
right.
yes, Legon, yes. So I was in the Faculty of Law, you know, and then subsequently, at that time, there was practically, you know, an automatic entry into the law school. So after you finish,
Right.
oh yes, once you pass, you know, your exams, you know, at the faculty level, you go to the Faculty of Law, and then when you pass at the end of 3 years, there was an automatic entry into the law school. The situation now has changed dramatically.
Has it changed for good or for bad?
It will be difficult for me to tell because, you know, with the increase in the population of this country, increase in the population of students, increase in the population in particular of the population of law students and so on, I think that they should be able to put checks, you understand, on the entry. You understand?
Do you think they are qualifying too many
yes,
people?
No, what I mean is that the checks they are putting on now, you know, would to some extent help, you understand, in selecting, you know, taking the wheat from the chaff and so on. You see, so that they're able to get in students who are competent or suitable to pursue the course. You understand? So these, you know, strictures, as it were, which have been imposed on the entry into the University of Ghana, you know, are to some extent laudable. They are laudable.
Will you suggest that they go back to the old system?
That's what I'm saying. It will be difficult because you see, they haven't
population,
regard to the legion
right.
of students, the numerical strength, the huge numerical strength of students who are scrambling, you understand, to enter the law school. It will be difficult, to remove this particular exercise, So
Especially if they are all qualified, right?
if they're all qualified, then they deserve to enter. But it will be difficult. In this world, it's difficult to say that everybody has qualified.
Do you think the Legion is actually bringing down the quality of lawyers we produce in the country?
I mean, the legion of
The people coming out as lawyers.
it has done what?
It is bringing down the quality of lawyers we produce.
No, I don't think so. As for lawyers, the number of lawyers, in as much as they multiply, there's a multiplicity of cases. There is multiplicity of litigation. You understand? The whole environment is inflicted with multiple litigation. There are a huge number of cases available in the system. As I told you, the population of this country has grown since independence, to close to 30-something million now. You understand? When we had just about 5 or 6 million during independence. And so, and with business enterprises, coming up, conflicts arising in contracts and, business engagements left and right, landlords, putting up buildings and ejecting their tenants here and there. There's so many cases in the legal system. So regardless of the fact that a huge number of lawyers are being ushered in every year, I still think that it does not, weaken the strength of lawyers at all. So the lawyers are still powerful. They're still endowed, with the requisite legal ability to be able to tackle all these legal engagements, which are put on their table. So the number does not spoil anything.
Right. Are you ever going to go into politics, mainstream politics one day?
It's a question many people ask. They don't understand. Why are you, into politics? Because you should be doing this and you should be doing that and so on. I've decided to keep quiet and wait upon the Lord. I've decided to keep quiet. And I think that the most important thing is that whether you're into politics or not, what is incumbent upon you as an individual is to how to discharge your obligation in such a way that at the end of the day, people would see that you have done some marvelous work for the nation.
That's fantastic.
That is my philosophy.
Are you happy with what's happening in the economy right now? People are saying that the city has fallen so much and cost of living is tough.
Cost of living is tough. In fact, of course, everybody knows Texas. It's a fact that is giving patent, very visible recognition, even by the politicians themselves, by the people in power. They acknowledge the fact that things are difficult. But of course, they assign reasons why this is happening, and they continue, of course, to continue with the explanation and so on and so forth. Sometimes it's very difficult to delve deep into this area because when you do so, you would be treading, into the realm of politics.
Yeah.
But I must confess, it is an open matter. It's visible. It's there for everybody's examination and recognition that we have difficulty in the economy. But I am hopeful that things could change for the better, that Ghana would rise again.
Ghana would rise again.
Definitely.
How many children do you have?
I have 5 children.
5 children?
Yes.
Any being lawyers?
3 of them are lawyers.
Wow. Wow, that's nice.
Yes, 3 of them are lawyers.
So you're not here alone today?
In fact, they would have come with me.
Okay.
They are currently attending the bar conference in Kumasi.
Oh, they are the bar conference.
Yeah, the bar
Right,
conference.
okay.
If I had to leave, I was there. I was there, to participate in this, annual conference. But for this engagement, and other things, I had to come back to Accra,
Right.
so to fulfill the assignments
Thank
here.
you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
but they are in the
So
country.
today we are here with your wife and your baby last. So I think they should join us. Yes, Madam and Ishi, join us. Let's see. Finally, see your face. Those who haven't seen you before, you can join us for them to finally get to know who is. They say behind every successful man is a woman. It's a great woman. So today we want to see who has been behind this successful man. And baby last, Shishi. Oh, you can come. Come. Yeah, I can tell they are shy. So you are shy, but Daddy is not shy at all. Ishi, are you shy too?
Sit down, sit down.
Yeah, sit down. Talk to me. Ishi, are you shy? Are you shy? You're shy. But Daddy is not shy. Mommy, how are you? Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Today, finally, we get to see you behind the great man,
Yes.
Uncle Dan.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tell us briefly how he's like off TV.
But she knows that I'm a very quiet personality. And I do not, interfere with their domestic matters and so on. Yes. So
Very humble.
He's quiet?
Oh, yes, very fine. Oh, no, I'm very humble, honestly speaking. I've been saying this all the time, that even though in public, I speak out and so on, and I conduct the quiz program, I do, other engagements, I practice. In fact, I am an advocate at the bar.
He's very strict, eh?
Oh, yes.
Strict daddy. Wow.
You understand? At home and so on. But when I leave this place, I'll be quiet.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
You hardly talk.
Oh, no,
So
no,
how
it's
many
very
years
difficult.
have you been married, Mommy?
For close to, it's about 30 years. No, more, sorry, 36.
36
years.
years.
Yes.
What has kept you going? They say women swallowing a lot. Is this true, Mommy?
Oh,
Yeah.
she's a quiet person.
Yeah, she's also quiet.
She's
So
a quiet
how do you have two people who are quiet to get married?
Uh,
So what do you say?
No, no.
What do you talk about?
No. As somebody indicated,
Yeah.
sometimes they call me companionable silence. You understand? Companionable silence.
Right.
So, of course, we interact somehow. What I'm trying to say is that domestically, you understand? Of course, there's no need to be shouting about
Yeah.
or to be talking plenty. Or, when you are in a private discussion somewhere, you understand? So unless I'm invited into the chair to conduct something, I'm in court or conducting what do you know and so on. Apart from that, I'm a reserved personality. And so is she. Yes.
That's nice.
Right.
Ishi, will you talk now?
Uh,
Will you talk now? You have the microphone, so you can talk.
Yeah.
Ishi, how old are you? 11. Oh, wow. Big 11 or small 11? Big 11.
11.
Do you also want to be a lawyer? No? What do you want to be in future? A doctor. Why a doctor?
Because I want to help sick people.
You want to help sick people. That's nice. So you have 3 in the law.
In the law.
And the Ishi is 11, and she wants to be, a doctor.
Yeah.
So what about the other?
In fact, the other one is also a doctor.
Oh. Girl or boy?
Girl.
Girl.
Yeah, she is a lady, yes.
Ishi, is that why you want to be a doctor? Because your sister is a doctor? No. That's nice. And how does it feel like seeing that your children are doing so well? Seeing that you have 3 children who are practicing what you're practicing?
Yes, I think that it's by God's grace that we have this opportunity.
Yes.
We're always very grateful to God for this, honestly speaking. So I'm gratified. I am thankful to God. I'm thankful to the community that they have been put in such prestigious places. And so that is how I feel, basically, about the situation of my children. I'm thankful.
We thank God. What's your greatest achievement?
My
Greatest
in terms of
achievement? In terms of law, in terms of moderation, in terms of, quiz master?
when a question like this is put, the answer is at large. It is difficult to put a finger on a particular achievement. I must say that by God's grace, practically all the engagements I've been involved in have yielded mighty results. And so, when such questions are put, I find it very difficult, to see, how I can manage to pinpoint one particular thing. And I would say that, the pursuit of law, the pursuit of my work as a lawyer, the pursuit of my work as a moderator, as a quiz master, they have all been mightily successful. And I'm thankful to God for that.
We thank God for that.
Thankful to God.
Mrs. Yabua, today
Hello,
we are
dear.
celebrating Daddy. So what do you have to tell him live on TV?
Life of what?
Live on
Lo-
TV.
yeah, what do you
you
want
have
to
the
tell him?
opportunity to say something to him.
I should go on with my good work.
Oh, yes.
It's a very
We have to continue to do the work. And I thank God that God has given this opportunity
Right.
to do that.
today to come to this Joy FM,
Joy Prime.
TV. We thank God.
It's so here with TV, so I know when you're on.
Oh, I'm very.
You're very happy.
Yes.
That's nice. Ishi, how do you feel when you see Daddy on TV?
Because we used to go with him when we are going to What Do You Know all the time.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So when you go
Sometimes when I'm busy, I have to stay at home and do my
Okay.
domestic duties.
work.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can tell that you love to move as a family.
Yes.
Oh yes, of course. It inspires confidence and so on. I would have come here with the lawyers.
Oh wow.
I would have come
So
here
that's
with
how you move all the time.
Oh yes.
The whole entourage.
Yes,
Yes.
the lawyers. In fact, the two lawyers, they are twins. They're a set of twins. Yes, they work with me.
When we separate the twins,
Yes.
6,
Okay.
isn't it? When
Okay,
we
when you
separate the
separate the
twins,
twins, then
there are 6
I have a
children.
set of twins.
Yes.
In fact, the lawyers are twins.
And we have a pastor
Okay.
girl.
Okay, so the girl is a pastor, twins, lawyers,
Yes.
and then another lawyer.
Another lawyer,
And
a doctor.
and our Ishi future
Yes,
doctor
yes.
as well. Wow.
So we have 6 children. When you separate the twins,
Yes.
6.
Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. You've done so well. Congratulations.
Right, thank
I
you
will
very much.
celebrate you
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
And let's just say that Dan Afariabua is definitely an icon and one that we all ought to look up to because he has changed so much when it comes to quiz in Ghana. Dan, before you go, something you want to tell Ghanaians who are watching you?
Well, thank you very much. I think that it's a mighty privilege, to be with you here in the studio for this particular interview. The thing that we have said, I surmise, will inspire, so many people. The injunction I would want to sound here is that we should all live well, law-abiding citizens, obey the law properly, and contribute our quota to the national effort. We must, sometimes refrain from dabbling in unnecessary criticism. What is important is for us to see how we can, as a nation, work to uplift this country and to make it a great place to live in. This is the injunction I would like to sound to all and sundry.
Thank you so much, Dan Afariabua. He's the one who always says, what do you know? And he's been our guest on the big interview today. My name is Roslyn Furley. Now, today you know that we play the quick cash draw, and so let's speak with our winner. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Rosie Ferry.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good
You
morning.
made my day.
I know, right?
I moved my feet. I was about leaving the house when I just said, let me just play today. I have been playing, but I said, let me just try this on before going out. And because it's so congratulations, I couldn't hold my jaw on the road. I asked myself, I was just like shouting and laughing.
Oh, so happy that you won. I'm so happy you won. Congratulations. Have a good day and enjoy your money, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so you at home can also win 1,000 Ghana cedis. Play the game tomorrow, *281#. Play and win. My name is Roslyn Furley. This all time will permit us. I didn't do this alone. I did this with Esiedua Akomia. We'll be back again tomorrow. Don't forget, today at 1 p.m. exchanges. Do stay with us all the time. Bye.